Do not do to others what you do not want done to yourself. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Be not ashamed of mistakes and thus make them crimes. Isn't it a pleasure to study and practice what you have learned? It is not possible for one to teach others who cannot teach his own family. Education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. Hope breeds peace. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? He who excels in study can follow an official career. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. We should feel sorrow, but not sink under its oppression. Recompense injury with justice, and recompense kindness with kindness. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. To love a thing means wanting it to live. To go beyond is as wrong as to fall short. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. Things that are done, it is needless to speak about. Things that are past, it is needless to blame. Looking at small advantages prevents great affairs from being accomplished. The people may be made to follow a path of action, but they may not be made to understand it. When you have faults, do not fear to abandon them. The cautious seldom err. Men's natures are alike, it is their habits that carry them far apart. It is only the wisest and the stupidest that cannot change. The object of the superior man is truth. The essence of knowledge is having it, to apply it not having it, to confess your ignorance. A man who does not plan long ahead will find trouble right at his door. Humility is the solid foundation of all the virtues. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Study the past if you would define the future. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. The scholar who cherishes the love of comfort is not fit to be deemed a scholar. Wheresoever you go, go with all your heart. The real fault is to have faults and not amend them. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. A fool despises good counsel, but a wise man takes it to heart. He who will not economize will have to agonize. I am not concerned that I am not known, I seek to be worthy to be known. They must change who would be constant in happiness and wisdom. Without an acquaintance with the rules of propriety, it is impossible for the character to be established. Mankind differs from the animals only by a little, and most people throw that away. To see what is right, and not to do it, is want of courage or of principle. It is better to light one small candle than to curse the darkness. Respect yourself and others will respect you. When prosperity comes, do not use all of it. Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon and star. They must often change who would be constant in happiness or wisdom. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. We take greater pains to persuade others that we are happy than in endeavoring to think so ourselves. If a man takes no thought about what is distant, he will find sorrow near at hand. Behave toward everyone as if receiving a great guest. What the superior man seeks is in himself, what the small man seeks is in others. The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home. When you see a worthy person, endeavor to emulate him. When you see an unworthy person, then examine your inner self. Wealth and rank are what people desire, but unless they be obtained in the right way they may not be possessed. The wheel of fortune turns round incessantly, and who can say to himself, I shall today be uppermost? The father who does not teach his son his duties is equally guilty with the son who neglects them. The parent's age must be remembered, both for joy and anxiety. When I walk along with two others, from at least one I will be able to learn. If you look into your own heart, you find nothing wrong there. What is there to fear? Study the past if you would divine the future. Virtue is not left to stand alone. He who practices it will have neighbors. Think no vice so small that you may commit it, and no virtue so small that you may overlook it. Do not worry about holding high position, worry rather about playing your proper role. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. Acquire new knowledge whilst thinking over the old, and you may become a teacher of others. Sincerity and truth are the basis of every virtue. Review the old and deducing the new makes a teacher. Act with kindness, but do not expect gratitude. Worry not that no one knows of you, seek to be worth knowing. conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Ability will never catch up with the demand for it. To see and listen to the wicked is already the beginning of wickedness. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. A youth is to be regarded with respect. How do you know that his future will not be equal to our present? Fix your mind on truth, hold firm to virtue, rely on loving kindness, and find your recreation in the arts. Boldness, without the rules of propriety, becomes insubordination. Fine words and an insinuating appearance are seldom associated with true virtue. Learn as though you would never be able to master it, hold it as though you would be in fear of losing it. I am not one who was born in the possession of knowledge, I am one who is fond of antiquity, and earnest in seeking it there. When you know a thing, to hold that you know it, and when you do not know a thing, to allow that you do not know it, this is knowledge.